everyone, it's Diane. Welcome back to my channel, ScrapAttic Creations. Today we're going to share two more layouts using the Daisy Meadow line by Close to My Heart. We've used we as in me, Daisy Meadow Kit, Daisy Meadow paper and stickers, Daisy Meadow Picture My Life cards, which I've used less of those. I have a pile of them somewhere. Daisy Meadow stamp and die set. I don't think I only used that really on the one layout. Kelly Baxter Fitzgerald cuts, Daisy Meadow Cricut cuts, stitched together Cricut cuts. I think that's pretty much it. Shimmer brushes, the basics. So still have my little sign. We added some magnets so I could put it on my wall. Looks really cool. Okay, so now I'm going to move it off to the side. The first layout I'm going to share with you today is, I'm calling it Peeps. Again, no title. I don't have pictures on it yet. I was kind of thinking for Peeps Sake because I see that a lot on like Ray Dunn mugs and stuff, and I think it's so cute. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So this one is Glacier Dark Side, 8.5 by 11 1/4. There's two of those. Plaid pattern paper, 8 1/4 by 11. Now, with where I am now, I would actually have gutted this paper. I would have cut out, that stuff, gutted that out and saved that. I really do like this paper. I had a hard time using it when I was creating these because everything else was so pattern heavy and there wasn't a lot to go with this paper. Now, had there been like this polka dot or no, the gingham, probably not. Maybe this floral, probably not this floral. But had there been a different paper, but I don't know, maybe the other floral that goes with it, I would have used it more. And maybe I did. I honestly, I'd have to look at the layouts. I've got a pile of them. But yeah, I would definitely conserve the paper a little more than I did here. So this peep, this peep, and this peep are pieces of paper that were from the kit and they're adhered behind it. You can't really see it. This is it because I put that there, but this white piece of paper was part of the kit and the peeps were cut out of it. I cut the white paper down to 8 by 10 3/4. I'm labeling it White Daisy. I'm assuming it's White Daisy because it came in the kit from Close to My Heart. So we're going to go with this is a White Daisy. Today I got a little creative. I thought it needed a little bit more sparkle. And so of course it's on the photo mats as well. Here you can see it a little better close up. But I added some shimmer. I went with Lagoon and Flamingo. And the reason I chose Lagoon over, because there's peacock in here, over the peacock and the mint was how dark the mint was and how minty the mint was. It was just enough off that it was too bright. This was too dark. The Lagoon really did a good job and it really lends well, however you want to say it, to this paper up here. And I really liked how that kind of worked out. It is all over. I love it. I love a messy, messy little corner like that. So how I did it though, because I'd already, of course, created this layout, was I've cut this in half a while back because I wanted to use, I was even thinking about cutting it into 4s because it's a little more user-friendly for me. But I just laid one sheet there, one sheet here, and did it. I know other people use like typing paper and stuff. What I like about these is I can just kind of wipe them off and I'm not wasting the paper. But at the same time, I'm not above using, like if I've got a bunch of paper that I've printed out that have sketches or just scrap paper, if I've got it sitting around, I'll use that too. I try not to use, just typing paper just because I run out of it so quickly when I'm doing tax returns. So I have a different perspective on that paper. But those little, this was one sheet. I don't know exactly where I cut it, and I just cut it in half because I don't need it as big. I've thought about maybe, like I said, cutting it again, but it seems to work pretty well in this size. Okay, so this pink gingham, ballerina gingham, and And let's see, this would be like a craft, maybe even a toffee color with diamonds, and this is more of a craft or toffee color with flowers. Those all came as part of the kit. Um, so the papers for the polka dots went behind the white paper. These went on top. I popped this one, and this one, and this one's flat. And of course, this one is cut in half. So, he was kind of chomped on. I did, which is Glacier Dark Side. And so I've got a 3.5 and 3.5 by 5. So 3.5 by 3.5. It's a square, perfect square. And these are 3.5 by 5s. Again, before I was doing my smaller size in photos. And actually that might change. Now that I've got my little printer, I can print whatever size I want to. And so we'll see where my photos go now in comparison to where they were too. So things are changing. So how life goes, right? So I notice when I'm looking at this paper is probably solar something from Nina. I can't think of, oh goodness, that I use for the photo placement pieces. I tend to not use the pieces that come in the kits. I think that they're really cool. Let me grab some real quick. I've got some behind me in that birthday kit. They're very cool. I think it's a great concept, but I don't find that they work for the sizes I use. And so what I tend to do is give these to my friend Nancy, who uses them and loves them. And I think it's great because it says, place photo here and the size of the photo. But this is about the size I use, but I cut my photo mat to 3x4. I usually cut my pictures to 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So I don't use those. Like I said, I give them to Nancy or whomever I'm scrapping with that wants them. They're welcome to them. But they are a handy little gadget, and I think that they're wonderful. So if you use them, I think that is amazing. I'm sorry if you think I'm crazy for not using them, but they just don't work for me. But again, great product. I did add some flowers here yesterday, as well as these little bows. These are left over from my lovely layouts. This is Canary, and this one is Ballerina. I just thought that the bunnies needed a little more oomph. So I added the little daisy and these little flowers and just had fun with it. And then today I looked at it and I thought, oh, it needs a little splatter. I think this one's done besides the title. And I'm kind of feeling like the title would start, like if I did for Peeps Sake, if I do that, or for maybe Peeps Sake. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens when I get pictures on it. Someday I will have all my albums done, right? Or as my friend Nancy says, I can't die or she can't die until her photo albums are finished. So in the grand scheme of things, she's going to be here forever, although she is working pretty hard on them. So this is layout number 2. I went a little crazy with this one with the lagoon today because I thought it was kind of boring. So I've got it everywhere. It's there at the bottom. I put some at the top. It's on the photo mats, but they'll get covered up once photos are on there. I did not pull out my little punch for that. I will grab that in just a second. I did get it on this butterfly. I do have another one of them because these are little bits that I did add. So I could always add that. It would give him a little more dimension, and it would take, I think maybe I will do that to that little butterfly just to kind of cover up this blue that I got on it today. Because my mats are great, they're just not perfect, right? Okay, so this one I did Glacier Dark Side again. This is where I tested out the colors. So up here is the mint, and I got it on me too. Right here is the lagoon. No, wait. Yeah, this is the lagoon, and right here is the peacock. So this is the one I went with, was this side. But it was a great way of testing out the colors on an area that wasn't going to be seen until here is what the mint did. You can kind of see it through the paper. And I couldn't get it to kind of cover that up when I was flicking it. It didn't want to do that. It wanted to just go where it wanted to go. And I got to respect that. things happen the way they're supposed to. While I was talking, I went and grabbed this little punch. So that's the punch that I used. I love this punch. This comes in so handy. And now I have a couple of dies or cut files, I should say, that do the same thing. And so I might even be using this for longer. My original intent for this layout was to have, where did that other butterfly go? Oh, there you are. Um, was to have this way, have one up here and one down here. When I ended up putting it all together and putting the flowers on it, the original flower, it went this way, and it's okay. It's a little staggered, but it works, and I like it. I really do love this little layout. I love this paper back here. So let's see, Glacier Dark, 8.5 by 11 1/4. The plaid, no, that's first one. Sorry. Oh, and I'm calling this Floral Spring. It, again, doesn't have a title until I put pictures. So the floral pattern paper is, there's two of them. They're cut to 6 by 8. And then I use this on there. Okay, this little peacock stripe paper, there's two of them. They're 3 by 7. They do not go end to end. They kind of are just in the middle. And I thought that looked really kind of cool. I think, I'm trying to remember back. I think this was what I had found online, was just basically this piece. And to make it a 2-page layout, I just mimicked it, like you can see. And then I had a flower sticker on either side. It was really boring when I pulled this out. And so I thought, well, I'm going to change this up a little bit, not a lot, because I did like this base. Loved this base. So when I cut out flowers, I just kept adding more flowers to it. And like I said yesterday, cutting these out, it was really nice. They cut beautifully. So I was watching another video with Jennifer Maker, and I don't think that's her last name. I think it's just because she does making stuff, but I could be wrong. Could totally be your last name, and that would be such a coincidence, right? She said that using the tinfoil ball does not sharpen your blade. It just gets off the little bits. The other thing is, she said if you were doing a detailed cut, now I'm going to be bluntly honest, what she was making was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. I love hummingbirds. I think they're amazing. They remind me of my husband's grandmother. She was a hummingbird lover. And so I have a deep respect for hummingbirds. The hummingbird she cut out and did multiple layers of was horrible. It was not a pretty it was not pretty. But with that said, I learned some stuff, and I listened more than watched because I was like, I can't watch this hummingbird. It's just horrible. Um, she said having a clean mat or having a new mat, and she said it didn't have to be a new mat, but having it just clean. So you would like use your baby wipe on the mat, or again, like having a new mat or newer one. Having that clean is great for a detailed cut. Having the blade be as clean as possible. So making sure you pop the blade out, blow off any like dust, using the tinfoil ball like I showed you yesterday, doing those kind of things will make detailed cuts so much better. And I haven't tried it yet because I haven't had time, but the amount of difference in cutting this time than the first time I had cut these, huge. And the only thing I changed, well, I did have a new mat, but the ones I'm getting right now aren't that sticky. They're from Amazon. And I used to get NiCapa, but they've kind of gone up in price. And so I had gotten an off-brand. I can't think. Let me grab it so I can show you. This one is TV Point. Pont. It looks like Pont, Ront, TV Ront. I don't know, whatever this brand is. It works great. Don't get me wrong. It's just not as sticky to start off with, but I'm finding that because of the pressure and whatever the Cricut does, it's very different than when I had my Silhouette. Because my Silhouette, I really needed things to stick. If they didn't stick on that mat, it was all over. I mean, like that thing was moving, and rarely do I find things move when I'm using the Cricut, unless I haven't like, just kind of burnished it down a little bit. And really, like, I've got a Post-it note here. I don't have paper in front of me, but I'll take stuff and I just kind of rub it down. Okay, so, and then I can't get it off, right? There we go. Oh no. Okay, note to self, do not put Post-it notes on the sticky mat. Um, let's see here. Here's a little piece of paper. So I would just put it up in the corner and then I just kind of rub it down. Okay. I did order a brayer. It's a Cricut brayer, to see if that is going to help a little bit, because sometimes down here in the bottom, things don't stick as well, especially after I've done some intricate cuts like these little flower centers. Actually, let me grab one over here because that one's kind of covered. See that little flower center? Does the camera like it? So when I do stuff like that, oh my goodness, my mats hate me. But I'm just, I don't have near the problem with the Cricut as I did with the Silhouette, like I said. So it's been fun. It's been fun learning about this and watching some of these little videos here and there for these tips and tricks that people have um, on the Cricut has been very helpful too. And so I hope if you haven't seen those videos that the information I'm sharing with you helps you out, because it was life-changing for me, which is so sad. It's so sad when you think about it. That having a little foil ball and sticking your little needle in for the Cricut is life-changing. But yeah, it was brilliant. I love it. I love the fact that this little fringe is here because it makes it look so much more realistic on these flowers. I love it. I love it. A lot of fun. Okay, sorry, back to the layout. Okay, so we went over the sizes there. These pictures are tiny. These are so tiny. They are 2.5 by 3 1/4. So this is going to be probably one of the older layouts I have, um, or older books I have for my kids when they were probably before Miranda even, maybe even just when we had the two girls, because they're 17 months apart. So a lot of our early pictures are pretty much them together. But I think this is going to be one of their first or second Easters, maybe even Allie's first Easter, something where it's just little, or spring pictures, maybe out in my mom did take some really cool pictures of Allie with her flowers in her backyard, and that would probably look really pretty with this too. So I'll have to pay attention to that, because it's got to be little small pictures, things that are just more there in the picture and not a lot of background. But again, that's with the smaller size, we are doing more detailed pictures, more of the close-ups, things that are not as, I hate to use the word frivolous. When I scrapbooked before, I would have 2 or 3 pages for one of my kids' parties or something. Now that I'm changing up the books, I'm finding I do one layout, unless it's an event that there's the wedding or a baby book or something where you're kind of going on and on and on and down this line of layouts. But with the new way I'm doing this, I find the picture that means the most. I'm scrapbooking those moments. I think layouts are amazing when you have one picture on them. I really do. I can't scrap that yet. I'm not there. I can scrap 4 pictures or 2 pictures or even one on one layout side, but there's going to be other pictures on the other side. It's just, I've got too many pictures of the kids when they were younger that I have the ability to wheedle out some, but not all. So that's just me. That's where I'm at. I'm trying to get to the point where there's like one picture, but let's see here. Let's see if I can pull them up. My daughter sent me a bunch of pictures, and we have a fire. Sorry, this is my neighbor's house, 3 houses down. And let me see if I can pull that up right there. That is the back of their house. Oh my goodness. My friend Nancy called me and she's like, "Do you have a fire near you?" And I'm like, "No." Oh, these are cookies that we did today. Sorry. I'm trying to get to the pictures that they just sent me. Oh goodness. Come on, dear. Oh, maybe she put them, because she put them right into my camera. So here they are. Okay, that's what she had done. So I've got these pictures of the grandkids. Now, they just went to Great Wolf's Lodge. I might have mentioned that when James was over the other night. And so I want to scrapbook these pictures. And it's hard for me to look at these and not say, oh my gosh, I want to do them all. That's my first line of, oh goodness, I'm in trouble. Oh, this is a tool I'm very interested in trying. Sorry, I take pictures of everything that I'm interested in. Let's see here, they're on the slide. I've got videos. I took some pictures off the videos. They're playing. They had a wonderful time. Oh, and that's Miranda had made a big mess and I took a picture of it. So, you know, I could have that picture so people could be like, I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. So the next stuff I'm going to do after the Easter pictures will probably be their Great Wolf Lodge. So I'm going to print those out and I'm going to sit on those pictures for probably about a week. And I'm going to try my darndest to find, let's see here, my goal would probably be 5 good pictures for each of the kids. In reality, I'm probably going to have to start at about 8 or 9, maybe even 10, and I'm going to have to whittle them down. Now, worst case scenario, I start using some flip-flops on that sucker because I really think that those pictures are cute of the kids. And that's my heart. I struggle with that. But with this size layout, I really have to tone them down. And so it's just a huge lesson. And I love it. I love this lesson because it's teaching me to be more mindful, I guess would be the best word, of the pictures that are important, not necessarily the fluff around the pictures. And, you know, let's say there's your great grandmother's holding the new granddaughter or grandson. That's a very important picture, and that should be highlighted because that's a very important event. And then everybody else is holding the baby, and those are important too. But you don't need 20 pictures of, your sister holding her niece or something. So that's just kind of sorry for my little long rant on that, but that's my way of processing things right now. And I'm getting there. I'm getting closer. Every day I'm getting closer. Okay, so these flowers, all of them are from Stitch Together. It's a Cricut cut file. I don't think it's actually on Cricut. I think you have to buy it through the website. I will check into that and document that down below. They are in flamingo. Oh my gosh, I wrote flamingos. That's funny. I love it. Okay, flamingo, ballerina, canary, New England ivy, espresso for the butterfly and the dragonfly centers, peacock, and white daisy. I used a couple of the enamel dots from the Daisy Meadows line here, just a smidge, and then today I used that Lagoon shimmer brush, and I really, really am happy with it, aside from the butterfly, which is what it is. But it gives it a little bit, speckle there. If it was a different color speckle, I think I wouldn't be as like, oh, I got to cover that up. Because I think maybe a pink on that would be cute. But I love these layouts. I'm really happy with them, and I'm happy I'm able to change them up just a smidge to give them a little more life. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come play today. I really appreciate it. Please like and subscribe if you would love to see more of my videos. Leave a comment. I always appreciate those, and I try to get back as soon as possible on those. And have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.